Yeah, have a seat. Sir, please.
So, Surabhi,
Yes, sir.
tell us about yourself. You can remove your mask if you wish to. Tell us about yourself, your journey so far, your aspirations, how did it come about, and what is the way forward that you wish to have in life?
So, sir, my name is Surbhi Singla. I've done my BTech in Chemical Engineering from IIT Delhi, and I'm currently
From IIT Delhi?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Okay, go ahead.
And currently I'm preparing for civil services, and I wish to basically pursue a career wherein I'm able to face challenges and grow every day and utilize whatever knowledge I've gained till date to some good purpose.
Right.
And sir, my hobbies, if you
No, hang on. Where did you do your schooling from?
sir, DPS Jalandhar.
DPS Jalandhar.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, Punjab.
And you belong to Fagwada.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
right? Okay. And you did your engineering from IIT Delhi.
Yes, sir.
So when did you do your engineering? Which year?
Sir, 2017 completed my BTech.
So 5 years.
Yes,
So what have you
sir.
been doing in these 5 years?
Sir, I've been preparing for civil services.
5 years?
Yes, sir.
IIT kids तो पहले साल भी मारते हैं.
Yes, sir.
How many interviews, written, how many times, which is your,
Sir, this is the third time that I appeared for mains, and this is my first interview, sir.
so the previous 2 times,
Sir, I could not qualify mains, mathematics, which is my optional. I was scoring low in mathematics, so this year I focused a lot on my optional subject,
Right,
and I
right.
think that is what helped me.
so
Still
did
you-
you think you should have been working somewhere in between?
So I could have, but over these years, as I realized, I basically realized that I was. So I thought I could not focus on anything else other than civil services. I wanted to give full time to civil services, sir.
But you're wasting these many years of life. You know, working itself is a learning
Yes,
which
sir.
could have facilitated you not only to prepare but to perform thereafter.
So
What is our, how old are you?
Sir, I'm 26 years old. currently.
26.
Yes.
22 से लेके 25 तक तो जो भी काम करते हो उसमें आप जो सीखते हो वो आपको बाद में ऊपर पहुंचाता है.
Yes, sir. Sir, I do agree with you, but I also believe that these 4 years of preparing for civil services have been a great learning experience for me, sir. Number one, it has taught me extreme amount of patience, sir. So I wanted to give up a lot of times, but patience, and so, sir, I haven't faced these many difficulties in life before, sir. JEE, I could clear JEE easily. Even before that, I was a very bright kid at school. So these 4 years of consistent failure have really taught me to deal with failures and still not give up and pursue your goals. So,
Good. Yeah,
it has been a very good personal learning experience for me.
Did you do anything as freelance in this time?
Sir, not freelancing, sir. No.
Okay,
I-
how good are you on social media, and being an IIT graduate, you must be
Yes,
good.
sir. No, sir. I'm not an avid follower of social media. I do read books, sir.
Or I would say, can you use automation for some output as a freelancer?
Sir, I haven't done freelancing as of now. I've done an internship of 2 months during college itself. This internship was focused on automation. So it was with ITC Limited,
Where?
sir, Bangalore, ITC. So my project was to automate their confectionery businesses and standardize their best practices across their 8
So
factories.
couldn't you have carried on with that as a freelance, do a project, then?
Sir, I could have done that, but sir, like I said, civil.
You are actually hiding something. There's something more due to which you haven't worked for 4 years. I can't believe an IIT graduate, you know, from a fairly okay background, not working.
Yes, sir.
I can agree, I could do freelance. And a lovely project you've done, so which you could have built on.
No, sir, there's nothing that I'm hiding, sir. So if you'll see my civil services
Or was it your parents who said कि लड़की काम नहीं करने
No,
जाएगी?
no, sir.
Then?
My parents have always been very supportive, sir. If you see my civil services profile, I cleared prelims in my first attempt and appeared for mains. In my second attempt, sir, I could not clear prelims. So I was in my second attempt is when I really started focusing on maths and prepared for maths intensively, because of which I lost a little track of GS and could not clear prelims. After which I realized that civil services demands much more than I am currently giving to it. So, sir, the thought of doing something side by did not occur to me. I could have done that, but it really did not occur
But
to
you
me.
should have had the capacity to do it. See,
Yes, sir, I
okay,
agree.
you want to be a civil servant,
Yes,
right? It's going to be multitasking,
Yes, sir.
high pressure,
Yes, sir.
right? इधर से फ्लड देखने हैं,
Yes, sir.
उधर से मिनिस्टर का सेरेमोनियल्स देखना है,
Yes.
इधर से प्रोग्रामिंग करना है,
Yes, sir.
तीसरी तरफ से अस्पताल में कुछ हो रहा है. You know, if there is one disaster in a district, so there is a hospital to be seen, there are roads to be restored, there are people to be saved,
Yes, sir.
right? And at that very time, the Prime Minister also wants to visit.
Yes, sir.
So, अगर आप एक एक काम करोगे, then you choosing the wrong job.
Sir, I agree with you, sir. And this has been a part of my learning experience, sir. I may not have been as good at it when I started, but as I have matured in this process, I believe that I will be able to take diverse
You're
challenges
taking
now.
too much time to mature up.
Yes, sir, I am. And this again is a part of my learning experience. And you rightly pointed this out. I'll try to imbibe this, and I'll try that I make this process quicker.
So, how do you say that you follow agri-tech?
Yes, sir.
So, can you amplify on this?
So,
It's
sir,
interesting. The country needs it right now.
yes, sir. So even during college, I was involved with a student-based startup. So after that, I've been reading about startups. I keep talking to my batchmates who are pursuing startups. So startups, especially in the field of agri-tech, I'm very fascinated about for some reason. I also pursue gardening at my home itself. So, sir, for instance, I keep following developments that take place. There's vertical farming, there's aquaponics, and then there's, for instance, there's stubble burning. So there's a startup in Punjab. They are making village farmers, they are making cooperatives among village farmers. So what they do is they train one farmer in every village. They make them an entrepreneur. They help him provide support, extension services, so that he collects stubble from the entire village and then converts it into manure and sold.
How does he convert it into manure?
So, sir, there are a number of techniques. There are bacteria, there are fungi, there are fermentation processes
Right,
which are
this is
used.
correct. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
But how on a commercial level,
Yes, sir.
how does he store this much? Firstly, how much time does it take to convert it into manure?
Yes.
Secondly, how does he manage the logistics of storing it?
Yes, sir. That is what this startup helps these farmers do it. They train these farmers from scratch to managing. They provide these supply chain services. So they have their center. So in every village, they've chosen one farmer who they've made an entrepreneur. They pick up these finished products from each of these farmers and connect these products to the.
This conversion is done in a decentralized manner, or is it
So
done in a...
decentralized manner.
So each farmer is given this chemical,
Yes, sir.
and he collects his thing and makes...
Stubble from the village, and he converts it into manure, and through.
Who pays for the logistics of collecting the thing from the village?
Sir, this company itself who are helping train these farmers.
No, they pay for the logistics.
Yes, so they manage the supply chain. So they basically procure this manure, this product from the farmer, and they connect these products to the end consumer.
Who's the end consumer?
So there are fertilizer manufacturing companies, there are other biogas, other uses of manure.
They use it.
Yes, sir.
Where is this project running?
Sir, Punjab.
No, Punjab is very big. Which place?
District.
Sir, I'm
Which
not.
tehsil is?
I'm not.
See, I'll tell you, I'm a farmer,
Okay, sir.
right? I'm closely involved with all this in my village.
Okay, sir.
I give my land on contract, but I go and poke my nose in everything that happens there.
Okay, sir.
They're still burning it.
Okay.
Because it is not financially viable to collect it
Okay.
and then do what you're saying on ground.
So this startup is actually a very, it is just on a pilot stage right now. So they have not commercialized their operations yet.
So anyway, what I'm just saying is
I-
that there has to be an ecosystem. Biggest problem is collecting that, baling it and storing it.
Yes, sir.
The kind of, say for every this much of paddy, there is this much of chaff
Yes, sir.
into about 10 times.
Sir, that's true.
Is there any warehouse for storing?
Sir, I am not aware. I
I think
haven't.
she doesn't have the detail, doesn't matter.
Yes,
It's a good
sir.
point.
But
No,
sir,
but that's the real
Anyway, you are aspiring for civil services.
Sir,
So actually, can you explain what does civil services mean? What are its contours?
Sir, can you please explain your question again?
Civil services.
What does civil services mean? So civil services basically means service to the civilians, which is the public. So sir, this happens in many ways through administration. They first civil servants implement policies and then they make policies. They also facilitate businesses to run their businesses in a smooth manner. So basically, service to the civilians is the umbrella meaning of civil services.
Why is civil services given top regard in
in our
present
society.
scope?
Sir, I believe that it was given top regard, let's say a few decades ago, but now, although civil services is still a very coveted service, but private sector is also emerging as a very popular and a very coveted.
But you are not going there in private sector.
No,
you are
sir.
preparing
Yes,
for
sir.
civil services.
Yes, sir.
So,
So-
are you not lying?
No, sir. No,
you
sir.
could have gone there.
Yes, sir. I could have gone there.
But you
and
are aspiring for civil services.
yes, sir. So, sir, that is what I'm saying. That civil services.
God
is-
resides in poor fellows,
Yes,
poor
sir.
men. So you
Yes.
are going to serve those people.
Yes, sir.
So if you serve them, you are
Yes.
serving God.
Yes,
So
sir.
people will regard you, give utmost regard. That is the reason.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's all right. Yes, Ms. Sharvi. And you are having background in chemical engineering.
Yes, sir.
And just with sir, you have discussed the management of stubble burning.
Yes, sir.
And can we think that cardboard factory, cardboard,
Okay. Yes, sir.
this stubble also can be converted into cardboard? Because you are having, background in chemical engineering.
Yes, sir.
So you can tell me a clue whether this stubble burning can be converted into cardboard or it can be converted into some other product like manure and all that, so that we can manage it. On one hand, we can create employment, and on other hand, we can utilize this raw material.
Yes, sir.
And why don't people, the IT people, you don't think in such a manner? You come in administration, but I have been, watching it for a long time. You people have a great potential, but we don't think in such a manner and don't implement. That's another point. But
Yes.
now come back. So, could you tell me that is it possible to convert stubble into a cardboard?
Sir, honestly, I'm at present I do not have the knowledge to tell you about this, but I'll go back and research about this.
It is,
Okay.
I belong to a place called Muktsar.
Okay, sir.
One of the biggest factory over there produces paper from chaff.
Yeah, why not? That's why
Right.
I'm telling.
Two.
Even I'm,
Yes.
Two,
Even
sorry, एक minute.
Yes.
Tell me, Mr. Kejriwal spoke of a chemical being used in the farmers of Delhi NCR, not in Delhi, not NCR, Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard about it? Because he said that there's a chemical which you sprinkle it, he's providing free to the farmers of Najafgarh and other, that converts chaff into manure. Have you heard about it? What is the chemical? You are a student of chemistry, chemical
Yes, sir.
engineering.
Yes, sir.
And you are also keen on agri-tech.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why.
This should have converged in your mind.
You know,
Yes,
You
sir.
should have been excited, keen to know कि मैंने एग्रीटेक लिखा है, मुझे ये सवाल तो पूछेंगे.
such a things must be in your mind, you know. And
Yes.
You,
okay.
okay.
And you are the best, you know, you are the best person to answer it because you are having background in chemical engineering.
Yes.
And from IT Delhi, such
Yes,
a
sir.
prestigious institute,
Yes, sir.
you know,
I-
and now come back.
Yes.
So, as this modern state is known as a nation state,
Yes.
right? Can you tell me the difference between nation and state?
Sir, in my view,
Yeah.
sir, a state is an institutional term which is used to describe a setup where there is a government and there is some sort of sovereignty, and this institutional setup is running the system. Whereas, sir, a nation state is a nation is a more socialized term which includes the institution as well as its people, and which
Okay, it's all right. But still, it's
Does
not
the,
category.
one second,
Sir, sir.
does the nation include institution?
yes, sir.
Nation, as I understood, I mean, they are the experts.
Okay.
Nation, I thought, is a group of people who are bound by certain values, beliefs, language, religion.
Okay,
Nation. But nation state has the institution.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sir.
ऐसे है कैसे?
He's right.
Okay.
Sir is right. And the thing is, you know, the state is abstract concept
Yes.
and it includes 4 factors. So nation, the term nation is included within the state. So state is a bigger term,
Okay, sir.
right? And when we say nation, we are concerned with the territory and we are concerned with the people,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And now, can you differentiate between nationalism and patriotism?
Yes, sir. So, nationalism is a term which signifies. Sir, can I take a few seconds? to
Sure,
think about it?
sure.
So, nationalism, I believe, is one's devotion towards the idea of a nation state. So, for instance, India's freedom struggle and their journey, and India's freedom fighters' journey from converting India towards converting
True,
India from.
correct. They have been a patriot.
Yes.
But now the question is, who are the nationalists then?
But definition of nationalism.
My question is the difference between nationalism and patriotism.
Sir, I don't think
Yeah,
I'm
it's all
aware
right.
of the-
Okay, take it easy. Now, let us move. Now we are generally discussing the new India as
Yes,
this
sir.
government,
Yes, sir.
the government led by the right wing,
Yes, sir.
they have given a new term. It's a new India.
Yes, sir.
What is this notion?
Sir, so New India is an idea where there is something to look forward for every section of the society. For instance, for women, New India is an India where they are more liberalized, where they have equal rights, where they have the freedom to work. Where
It has been happening earlier.
Yes, sir.
But now the question is, it has been already there.
Yes, sir.
So what's new?
Sir,
What they want to tell us that it is a new India. New India means what? And my question is based on ideology. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So I believe that this ideology is focused on progressive development of each section. For instance, for farmers, doubling their income and focus on sustainable means of income and focus on their insurance, their security is the new India for them.
Okay.
For urban citizens, smart cities and greater connectivity. For rural areas, urbanization, where the line between rural and urban areas
Okay,
is
all right,
merging.
all right, all right. Now, so tell me categorically, what's the viewpoint, how your rightist government, BJP government, this political party
Yes, sir.
differs with the Congress over the concept of India. Over the concept of India, keep in mind.
The right wing differs from the Congress.
Yeah.
Okay.
How they differ? How they differ concerning the notion of India? That's very categorical question, and answer must be, just, yeah, please.
So one difference that I can think of is that one side thinks of India as Bharat and the other thinks of India as Hindustan.
Okay.
So Bharat is a more inclusive concept.
Bharat is more inclusive concept.
Yes, sir.
And Hindustan?
Bharat is the definition that the Constitution of India gives.
No. The term Bharata is described in your rituals, you know.
Yes.
And who has given this term Hindu?
Sir, from Hindu Kush mountains.
Hindu term.
Sir, Hinduism is a religion.
No,
but,
I'm not
Yes.
asking Hinduism.
Yes.
That's another big question. What is
Yes.
difference between Hinduism and Hindutva? I'm not going there.
Okay. Yes.
So my question is still just very simple question.
Yes, sir.
Who have given us the term Hindu?
So this term has come from the Indus Valley civilization.
No. You have gone through your NCRTs.
Sir,
Okay. Arabs have given us this Hindu term,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
It's alright. Take it easy. Okay. Now,
So,
So-
just a counter question. The
Yeah.
Indus Valley civilization, Indus people were also referred to as Hindu later on, and this is
that
also
has
how-
been labeled later on.
Yes, sir.
But the
Okay.
term Hindu itself has given by the Arabs,
Okay.
Arabians, you know.
Okay.
Okay, now, so that is why that is again a big question. That will be a great debate between the concept of Bharat and Hindustan and then India.
Yes, sir.
All three are different notions.
But sir, the constitution defines India, that is Bharat, shall be.
That's
a
true.
union.
That's true.
Yes.
That is why. But that is debatable. And that is why everyone is manipulating their own way. That is why this rightist government of the BJP people, they prefer the Bharata, not Hindustan.
Okay.
Because Hindustan is more inclusive.
Okay.
It includes the other community which is unacceptable to this particular ideology.
Okay.
Justice. What are the challenges? Criminal justice.
Sir, challenges to the criminal justice system are multifold. So, number one, at the stage of investigation, our institutions are not very well defined. For instance, there are issues surrounding the CBI, its independence, the working of CBI, staff crunch, the need for states' consent for CBI to investigate within a state. So these are institutional challenges. So number two, there are these challenges surrounding prison reforms. Our prisons are overcrowded, and
Are you satisfied with the Indian criminal justice system? Yes, no.
no, sir.
If yes, these are the positive. If no, these are the negative.
No, sir, I'm not satisfied because I believe that every sector of our country needs reforms, and reforms is a continuous process. We can never say that we've reached where we wanted to. So, of course, I am not satisfied with the current system. I do believe that the system needs.
What are the challenges?
अभी
Yes.
problem
Criminal
क्या है?
justice.
Yes, sir. So the challenges, like I said, number one, at the investigation stage. Number two, sir, prison reforms. Number one, prisons are overcrowded. Number two, there are under trials in the prisons many under trials have served a sentence which is greater than their actual punishment. So number three, data about the criminal justice system exists in silos, and there is work going on in the form of CCTNS and other schemes where this data is being integrated, but it is still work in progress. And yes.
Yeah. Shirbi,
Yes.
you have mentioned your hobby as ghazal listening.
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell me what is ghazal, what is shairi, and what is nazm?
Okay. Sir, ghazal is basically it is a form of music which is melancholious in nature.
Right.
And it is and its recitation is poetic in nature.
Okay.
Sir, shairi and
Is it shairi that is sung in your ghazal?
no, sir, there are nazms.
There are nazms.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
In
that's
ghazal.
the thing.
Yes,
So,
sir.
nazm means stanza. As
Yes,
in
sir.
English poetry, we call it
Yes, sir.
stanza. That
Yes,
is the
sir.
nazm?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when the different nazms are there with two lines, you know,
Yes,
it is
sir.
generally written in two lines.
Yes, sir.
It makes a complete shairi. Is
Yes,
it so?
So it makes a ghazal, I think.
It means ghazal.
Yes.
And to read it out or to to say it is kind of shairi.
Yes.
Is it so? Okay. So who is your the favorite singer?
Sir, there's Mehdi Hassan Sahab.
Mehdi Hashim Sahab.
Yes, sir.
Which ghazal? Which one?
Sir, a number of ghazals of his. One that I can think of is Ranjish Hi Sahi.
Oh, Ranjish Hi. What's the completeness?
सर रंजिश ही सही दिल ही दुखाने के लिए आओ आओ
Oh,
कभी
great. Who have written this?
सर आई एम नॉट अवेयर
You must know it.
यस सर
Because if it is your the most of the you know favorite ghazal
sir.
and is the favorite singer, then you must know it.
Tell me
Okay.
what is your take about the lateral entry into an Indian administrative service?
Sir, I believe it is a positive step because civil services, number one, is a generalist service. Plus, there is need for diversity as well as experts in the service. So, sir, lateral entry, number one, will help bring experts into the service. For instance, in the domain of economics, if we can bring economists, it will be an asset to the nation. Number two, sir, lateral entry will also help bring in skill sets which will probably also act as an incentive for civil servants already in services to keep upgrading their skills and
But they are given outsider tag.
yes
Or
sir.
will the IAS allow them to succeed? Because they're only coming at joint secretary level.
Yes,
The
sir.
top guy is still from the main service.
Yes sir.
And won't they feel threatened with the law? They are coming on 5-year contract.
Yes sir.
They're not, if you don't allow them to get absorbed and bring in continuity, what's the point?
Yeah.
He's going to be thrown out, use and throw.
Contract basis.
So number one, what can be done is
Should they have promotion? Should they be absorbed after 5 years permanently?
yes sir, I believe it should be a choice based system. They should be allowed to get absorbed into the system if both the government is satisfied with their work and these civil servants are willing to serve in the government continuously. So
Yeah, Anurag sir.
Okay, you said Mehdi Hassan is your favorite ghazal singer.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, he belongs to which place?
sir, Pakistan.
You know something about Pandit Ghulam Qadir?
No sir, I've heard of Ghulam Ali who's also a ghazal singer, but no.
Where in Pakistan he belongs to?
Sir, Punjab province.
Has he died or is he still living?
Sir, I'm not aware.
He's your favorite singer.
Yes sir, I'm sorry sir, I should have known.
Okay. So, you are from Punjab.
Yes sir.
And what are the main problems faced by Punjab being a border state?
So Punjab being a border state, number one, the issue of drug abuse. Sir, being a bordering state and close to the Golden Crescent, inflow of drugs is an issue. So number two, terrorism is an issue which has bothered Punjab persistently on and off. Operation Blue Star was a result of this. So number three, there are conceptions around the idea of Khalistan, so which also is a national security issue.
What was Operation Blue Star?
Sir, Operation Blue Star was an operation by Indira Gandhi government to curb terrorism in Punjab. Sir, it was. Sir, what should I say about the operation?
Tell me now, what was Operation
What
Blue
is
Star?
Operation Blue Star?
So, sir, it was a military operation which happened in the Golden Temple. A Golden Temple had become a house of terrorists. They were residing inside. So, this was a planned military operation to remove these terrorists out of their place in the.
Okay,
Was it followed by something else? A Pan Punjab or whatever operation?
Sir, I'm not aware.
Okay, so drugs, terrorism, Khalistan issue, all are the results of being border state.
Yes, sir.
And these things are coming from Pakistan.
Sir, there is the issue of infiltration of drugs per se, and sir, we cannot definitely say whether these are arising out of Pakistan or not. But for any bordering state, security at the border is an issue, and which is why these issues
So
arise.
what are the current, just to amplify, since you said, how is the Khalistan issue currently affecting the internal security problem in Punjab at this stage? You're 27-year-old now?
26, yes.
So in last 10 years, what have you seen about this so-called Khalistan movement, which is adversely affecting the internal security or the security of state of India?
So I believe in the last 10 years there hasn't been much problem around this Khalistan.
Okay, last 20 years?
20 years.
Sir, it is not in my knowledge, sir.
What is the impact of Ukraine war on dollar diplomacy?
On dollar diplomacy, sir. So number one, after sanctions have been imposed on Russia, Russia is demanding other countries to pay for its exports in Russia's currency. So, and since Russia is a major country and many countries including India have good trade relations with Russia, I think that will be one blow to dollar diplomacy. But on the other hand, sir, due to these sanctions and Russia becoming a more closed economy as compared to earlier, dollar diplomacy could also rise.